What? I didn't expect him to go lower. Okay. All right. Back up. I've been instructed to watch Stranger by Dimash from all of the Dimash fans, the Deers. And at this point, I don't know if there's anything that I'm going to be genuinely surprised about with his singing abilities. But that's just the thing. The past couple of times, there was always something. There was one thing or multiple things. So if you have not seen Stranger by Dimash and you want to watch it for the first time completely uninterrupted, I put the original video directly below in the description. Let's watch together. I'm going to see this for the first time, and there's going to be some interruptions. I'm going to stop a little bit, talk about what I think is going on in the voice. As usual, let's go. I already love the vibe. This like Mongolian world vibe is already so cool to me. I'm not really sure if that's the exact style, but that's where my mind is going. So epic. Okay. You crown as far as I can see. Dude, how does he... That to me is just as impressive as the other stuff that he does. Is that he could just... It sounds like perfect, like it's perfectly in pitch. Just that note right there that's breathy, that's already so difficult to sing that way on pitch. Does anyone realize how difficult even that is? Like it's just like I'd be dizzy immediately after singing just that part. Stranger in a stranger's land. That's so cool. You chance to know who I am if I have the strength to begin again. See, I love that part too. Like, first of all, the way that he's singing is like you hear a little fry. He kind of that, you know, every once in a while when you hear like that little bit in someone's voice, to me that's an indication that they're in a healthy place, because like I've said in past videos, that helps promote chord closure. So as you're going up into your belting voice and mixing voices, chord closure is the most important thing. That's what keeps the consistent brightness throughout your voice. And to have like, you know, and the thing is that when you're using a lot of air, that does the opposite. So you're kind of, you have to kind of like, you know, sing with nuance at that point. And that's why it's really helpful to have some of that fry in there. Strength to begin. You know, like again. See, and then he's like the swelling too. Starts breathy. You know. That sounds so like prophetic. That's like I love the vibe of this song, man. I love it. Somewhere in my heart in ancient times I wandered through these valleys I have climbed them on this hills. What? I didn't expect him to go lower. What is that? The octave lower? Hold on a second. Dude, that's like crazy, because that's really low. Like I can't even go that low with my full voice. I'd have to go into fry. Somewhere
somewhere in my heart.
In my heart. Wow, dude. How does this guy do it?
In ancient times, I wonder.
You know, this is the thing. I understand how someone can train. I understand how someone can train to get their voice, to grow your range in a way that you can hit higher notes. That's something that I have learned to do through the years. But to train your voice to go lower, that's something I don't know anything about. I don't know if you can approach that the same way that you can in growing a voice the other way. And I know that there are different techniques like subharmonics and all this stuff. But wow, that's just incredible.
Through these valleys I have climbed them on this hills. Faces from us and holding by their memories. I've said lost, I've lost, I feel them in this sea.
You notice how he kind of he has like this quality to his voice that in this part there's like, it almost like sounds like a reverse effect, and it's like there's swelling like in every word. You hear that? That's exaggerated, but you know, there's always something new here, man. He doesn't really repeat himself every song. Now, before singing vocals like this, it's important that you warm up. I've created a free vocal warm-ups course, how to warm up to sing anything you want, a multitude of styles. I'm mainly a rock and metal vocalist, but I've been known to explore out of my comfort zone in the past on this channel. For those of you who know me, you know what I'm talking about. And if you want to explore the capabilities within your voice, help find your voice, learn to warm up for free with me, then go to the link in the description or in the pinned comment below. Check it out. Let's continue, because I have a feeling this is about to get a lot more interesting.
I've said lost, I've lost, I feel them in this sea. You grow far as I can see. You grow underneath my feet. Stranger in a stranger's land.
Wow, dude, that tone is so cool because it's like, it's like pushed back, so it's like got this covered operatic sound, but it's also bright at the same time. New ground.
I feel them in this sea.
Kind of like a Jack Black sound. New ground. Ground, far as I can see.
You crawl underneath my feet. Stranger in a stranger's.
Very well supported. Like, that's more of a mix. Like, you know, he did more of like an actual like well balanced mix. But there's power there. There's such a really amazing coordination. Actually, you hear a lot of like that technique in progressive metal. Like when I listen to bands like Dream Theater or Symphony X that has this kind of theatrical element, that's what this reminds me of. This singing reminds me of that. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. This is way too overwhelming for me to just, I got to go back and I got to listen to the beginning of this right now. So you got this, which is like just a normal range. Now he's doing like this kind of like Middle Eastern style riffing here, like worldly style riffing that's this really clean, strong, like mix of both voices, kind of like falsetto, but then there's that really good brightness that's coming through, that really projected brightness that's coming through the power of the chest, and it's just perfect.
New crown far as I can see.
Can you imagine going from that to that? Like this whistle range right here. I don't even know. Like that's a whole thing. I mean, to sing that style alone is you've got to know what you're doing there. You know what I mean? Oh shit. Okay, so that's like Matt Bellamy type range right there. You know, it's hard to do, doable, you know, with the right training and persistence. Son of a bitch. Not today, folks. Wow, man, how it's just incredible. I wish I could talk to this guy, you know, and pick his brain a little bit. To see how much of this is just like, look, one day, you know, I woke up and I was able to do all this stuff, you know, or how much of it was like built from the ground up. And maybe there's a little bit of both going on, but it's just really amazing.
New crown far as I
Then he goes right back to the low note. New ground far as I can see. Very like, you know, a good like higher baritone placement note right there.
New chains, don't know who I am. We will have this train to begin. You run far as I can see. You ground underneath my feet. Stranger in a stranger.
Okay. All right. Back up. 1 minute. I've talked about stuff. I've talked about songs. Like a good example is I Believe in a Thing Called Love by The Darkness, where that is a song that has made it on a lot of top 10 lists of hardest songs to sing. Everyone will request that song. It's like, if I ask, give me some songs you think is impossible, vocal lines you think that are impossible to sing and stuff. And people will say that, you know, and they'll bring up this song, I Believe in a Thing Called Love, which has got a lot of high notes. Technically, you've got singing range notes and then jumps to high. Like even the chorus, I believe in a thing called love, just as a thing of another heart. It's jumping from one voice, which is like the speaking range within your chest, which most singers can navigate this without a problem, like within your chest voice. And then like a lot of singers, like you take Matt Bellamy, will, if he goes into a really, really high place, he doesn't bridge the voices as much. That's part of his style. So he'll jump to a head voice, like that doesn't really require much, like, you know, chest voice, you know, connection. The power, it requires the same kind of power, but not the connection. So you can jump from one to the next, and it'll be easier on a singer to do that. But the fact that he's over here singing this part, this is pure mix, which is the hardest type of singing there is, because it requires you to be in a place, a really well-trained place. This is the place that requires the most amount of training, repetition, coordination, and muscle memory of that coordination. And this right here is like what most of progressive metal is. like expert level mix singing, and he's doing it like it's nothing, like it's just as easy as anything else. The display of range here is just really unreal. There are people who have this display in their careers as a vocalist, like, they're able to do this. It's almost like every song he has displays his entire range in every song. It's insane, and it's done in a way that's not really like tacky. You know what I mean? It's really epic. Sounds phenomenal. I want to hear this part again. That's like new ground far as I can see. See, there's a difference between like anyone can do see, but like it sounds so powerful because that note is pushed back. Far as I can see. Fuck, whatever. I'm just gonna let him sing. You know what? Forget me. See that right there? New ground underneath my feet. What I did right there? New ground underneath my feet. That's my way of doing it. His way is really powerful because he never loses. See, I kind of went into full chest voice on feet right there because he's so well trained that he's got that mechanism down to where the muscle memory is like fucking brolic. You know what I mean? He's so incredibly skilled as a singer. Incredible. I'm going to time that note. "18 seconds. You dare me to try it? Let's see if I can get it in 18 seconds. Okay, ready? To begin again. 6 seconds. This guy, he's not human. He's an angel embodying a human on planet Earth. And that's the only explanation. I'm very impressed with Dimash. I understand why a lot of people are obsessed with his performing. He's very charismatic as well as being very skilled. So, as I said before, I am a singer mainly within the rock and metal genre. That's like where my wheelhouse is, but I love to explore different styles of singing. I've created a free vocal warm-ups course, how to warm up to sing anything you want. So if you want to explore the capabilities within your voice and learn to warm up with me for free, I put all of that information directly below in the description or in the pinned comment. And if you're interested in what you see here on this channel, there's a lot of videos like this. I've got a couple of more Dimash videos that I, analyzed and watched, and there are other stuff here. There's a lot of other stuff. Cover songs, songs in the style of other artists. One song, 20 styles. One song, 40 styles. Original music. Last but not least, I do have my own original music if you're into rock and metal. That's kind of like where I write. That's the area where I feel is just exists most in my bones. You know what I mean? But as a singer, whatever genre you sing, I think it's important that you explore other genres and you find something, you can find influence from unexpected places. And that's the whole basis of my channel. So if you like what I do, follow me, subscribe, and explore the world of singing with me. There's no saying, no telling where we will go, because I've gone to some pretty unexpected places, and I feel like that's what's helped me learn to sing through the years and develop my own voice, and helping develop my own voice, which is always a developing thing, and I believe that I am a singer I always consider myself a singer in training. It's never too late to learn, and the growing process is never ending when it comes to the voice. Always refining, always experimenting. That's what we do here. And if you're interested in seeing more, subscribe, leave a comment, a like, and let's have some fun together exploring the voice. I'll see you next time.